Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK, and welcome to Tori. This is one that I've been looking forward to ever since I finished up with Amatsutsumi. And before we continue with the intro here, I need to hide away in at least one menu, or else we're going to get an intro scene playing, of which I don't want that happening. But yeah, I've been looking forward to this one. Amatsutsumi was a title that I really enjoyed. That was actually the first ever visual novel review video that I ever made. It was just a lot of fun. I loved it, and it kind of opened my eyes a little bit more to other realms, other corners of the visual novel medium a little bit more. And plus, I've never touched a Purple Software title ever. And I like its style, it's different, it's its own thing, it has the dynamic text box. It's its own, different way of doing things in this medium. I appreciate it, basically. It was a fun story. I thought it was great. So, Tori, taking place in the same world, universe, whatever. I don't even know if Kododama is somewhat, intertwined in the story somehow. I know that religion and God is, a part of this one, which we all need a little bit of that, right? We definitely do, especially here in this medium. But no, I'm excited to check this out. In case you guys didn't know, I did go through Kunado Chronicles on my own, and did not like it whatsoever. I actually kind of hated it. It just wasn't for me. I also reviewed it, so if you guys want to see my terrible comments on that one, by all means. And I'm trying to remember. I think Sekai Project was behind Amatsutsumi, yeah. And Kunado Chronicles was with Shirobune. And this one is with Nekonyan. Do I have it all right? So it's a little bit of everybody taking place here with the Purple Software titles, which is fine. I don't think there have been any glaring issues with any of these companies, these groups that I have seen in anything that I've played from any of them so far. So yeah, I guess we'll jump in. I just want to let you guys know that Purple Software, ever since I did my Amatsutsumi playthrough, released recording guidelines, and I'm going to abide by them. I don't know if other people or other Let's Players of Purple Software titles will abide by them, but I'm going to, because I don't want any problems. I want to be on their good side. Basically, all it means is that not only am I going to remove the obvious stuff that I can't show on YouTube, but all endings will not be shown. I'm just not going to be showing the endings in this playthrough. I will record and go through them as if I normally would be, but then I would pretty much severely cut them out. Like, they're just going to be ripped out of the playthrough. Which, if you are trying to use this as a substitute for playing the game, please don't. I really already argue that you can't do that with my Let's Plays, but no, this is not going to work for that. Please go out, buy the game. At this time, it's not available on Steam. I hope it does get onto Steam, so it's a little bit more available. But please go out and seek it out with one of the storefronts that it's available on. I can't really say where it is or link it. I got this one from Jast, and that's where I got Amatsutsumi from, since it wasn't available on Steam. So go out, pick up the game for yourself, and really only use my Let's Play as seeing if you would enjoy this. Anyway, sorry for the long intro. I'm really good with the long intros. But yeah, let's jump into it. Excited to see what comes of it. And I hope I got my audio settings right. I did do a little bit of testing, which means, yes, I'm fully aware of what's going to come up in just 1 minute. Approximately 1 minute. We're going to have I'm going to have to already cut some stuff out. And that was my way of testing volumes for this one. But yes, guys, let's get right into it. Okay, this is way louder than I set it to. Why is that? Like, I went through and I said everything properly. I'm gonna have to look into that as we get going here. I'm gonna have another opportunity to test my volumes, and I guess it's gonna work out. I didn't abandon you. I just wanted to be normal for once in my life. I didn't decide on someone to reject. It just happened to be you. It was chance. Fate. Nothing more. Though, you're the reason I won't abandon anyone ever again. You were the first person I couldn't save, and I'll make sure that you're the last. I swear it. Yeah, he wasn't joking about the last part. Well, I guess you can interpret that differently. Who knows? Save your complaints for God. Yeah. I feel like we're going to get a whole lot of that based on the setting for this. There's going to be a lot of religion and such, so I'll try not to joke around with it too much. Not that I want to joke about religions or whatever. We'll see what the game really provides here. Are we coming up on what I'm going to have to cut out here? I feel like we are. I think we are, 100%. It was fun while it lasted. Oh yeah, that's definitely how you start a visual novel there. Okay, so I didn't read through anything in my first go around. My first, few minutes of going into this visual novel was just, again, to make sure my volumes were good. I think they are. I just think that voice in the beginning was like messing with my levels a little bit, but no, we're okay. And I think Kododama's here, just in a very, very, very different form. I don't know. Well, we're just gonna have to read on. I gently lay her down on the bed as I remove myself from her. I'm sure you guys can guess what just happened. Let's use the imagination just a little bit here. Or buy the game yourself and you guys can see exactly what went down. But man, what a way to start a visual novel, Or anything, really. Just opening paragraph, that. Her breathing instantly grows gentle, blissful. She's fallen asleep. She might not wake up for the rest of the night. Oh yeah, exhaustion can be crazy. Fears and anxiety don't just rule over a person's waking moments. They can even steal away the respite of sleep. May your rest be a peaceful one. I make the sign of the cross and then place my hand once more on the wounds on her wrist. Yeah, she had like some scars there. And I guess you guys can also take that as you will. I don't really know if there's much to really take away from that other than those two things. Actually, this woman, we don't even know her. Let's also include that part. I sigh as I slide over to the edge of the bed. Usually this would be the end. What about you? I speak to a dark corner of the room. Yeah, there's somebody here, in the cuck chair. Another girl stands there, having watched the obscenities unfold. The two of them had come to visit me together. Girls often accompany each other, no matter what they're doing. I don't know if that's true, actually. I'm gonna place a little bit of doubt, like 40% doubt on that one. Though this is a bit different from going to the bathroom. Yeah, exactly. It's not terribly common, but this is far from the first time. I think the most that came at once was 4 girls. I won't force you to have sex with me if you're scared. I speak slowly, careful not to frighten her further. Darkness shrouds the girl, preventing me from seeing above her waist. I glance over at the other girl asleep on the bed. If you only came here because she asked you to, or because you were curious, you can wait in another room until your friend wakes up. Yeah, that is a little weird when you think about it. Like, okay, we're gonna go have sex with this guy. You can just wait in the corner of the same room that we're going to be in, and we'll be done, 20 minutes tops. If not, there's only some slight anxiety you wish gone, then that can be achieved from touching your hands or cheeks. I won't force you to do anything. This other girl is trembling. She's scared naturally. I don't know them, and likewise, they know nothing about me or how I operate. They were just tempted here by the rumors. Ask that man to get rid of your worries, and he'll send you to paradise. Yeah, basically what I got out of here is, through intercourse, he was able to, I guess, get rid of her concerns, her anxiety, her worries going on in her life. Which is why when he mentioned that just by, like, a hand touch or something like that, that'd be enough for, like, a smaller variation of that, I'm assuming. And that's why I said, yeah, we got Kododama here. It's just very different. Most girls are afraid to sleep with a complete stranger, no matter if they come here out of simple curiosity or because they're truly seeking help. That is until I touch them. Still. Imagine there's a more complex reason behind the girls trembling in the dark. Embarrassment, expectations, confusion, expectations, envy, expectation. Yeah, there's a lot of expectations in life, huh? She watched the entirety of our act from her corner of the dark, or in the dark. At no point was she restricted from leaving the room, from averting her eyes, from the genitals closing her ears to the moans. Instead, her hand kept reaching to her crotch. Of course it did, her underwear moist, envious at the sight of her friend trembling in pleasure. I mean, I don't know if there's like a payment process here. I don't know, but like, what the fuck? But now her embarrassment at her own envy has her stuck between a rock and a hard place. Though the way she's acting like a frightened rabbit would light a sadistic fire in most men, but I digress. We're a different person here. We're totally different. The girl struggles to control her breathing, as if she's worried that making a sound will see her attacked by a feral beast. Gotta love that flame animation. I look over to the lit fireplace. Impurity still covers the air, but the sweet scent from the burning apple tree wood is doing its best to cover it. Why don't we talk for a while? The girl mutters seemingly in confusion. I put on a smile. What a refined way to put it. You're too confused to come to a rational decision at the moment, and it would be awkward to just sit in silence while we wait for you to calm down. Also, if you calm down from talking, you might just decide to leave anyway. You know, clear the mind a little bit. Get your thoughts, you know, verbally out, and then you'll have a clearer mind, maybe. I don't know. Not that I mind having sex with girls, per se, but the emotionlessness of it all really tires me out. Can't relate there, buddy. It's okay. You don't have to speak about yourself. I'll do the talking.
Shiratori Ritsu.
I think that's our protagonist here in this story. Yeah, that's my name. I mean, other than the fact that, yes, we're following the person, but I know nothing about her, but she knows a lot about me. I am rather famous around here. Here at Kirihara Academy for Girls, of which we are a man. It's a private Catholic boarding school. Oh, great. Catholicism. Let's go. Oh, man. Oh, I'm so fucked. Located in the middle of nowhere, being the only male student, I was always going to stand out. Christianity is huge, you know, in America. If you guys didn't know. So, I don't want to be, you know, offensive, but I'll just roll with whatever the game has to offer, you know? I tried to avoid the sensitive topics when making jokes. My commentary sucks anyways. Welcome to the channel. Even more so considering I'm a priest. Oh, wow. The fuck kind of rumors that we got going on about us? It's true. I have no reason to hide it. I'm not shaken by your saying this. I know nothing of my parents, nor even where I'm from. This academy is my house. There's another separate reason I can't leave this institution, though it seems this girl is unaware. Her voice is pure. It's an unusual question to hear, given the situation. I imagine that means she's a devout believer. I believe in God. Miracles happen here at the least. I show her the palms of my hands. I imagine that makes it sound like I'm either joking or straight up crazy to most people. Also, in this, you know, universe that does have Kododama, those that can utilize it, this isn't going to be too much of a surprise. The idea of there being godlike people is real in this universe. So to us coming in, or at least me, I'm going to continue to say us, but yes, after my experience with the Matsutsumi, it is not surprising. You know, I'm not really shocked by this, you know, being, you know, an ability that this guy has. That they are. It may sound like a joke to some, but there are plenty of sites listing the miracles of Christ and his saints. There's even a page on Wikipedia. Excuse me, she isn't laughing at me, so I don't want to lie to her. Miracles are real, but if you're asking if I'm a devout believer, the answer is likely no. It's not a question of views or ethics for me, excuse me. I'm just hesitant to place my faith. Why would God give me this power? And why, if it's for helping people, would it take this form? Yeah, it's a little bit of a, not a sketchy form, but it's a little odd, especially since there is supposed to be purity, you know? You guys know what I'm talking about. These miracles themselves go against his teachings.
そうですか。
Her voice is tinged with disappointment. Honestly, I'd hoped that she'd grow disillusioned with me and decide to leave. However, instead she steps out of the darkness. She's beautiful, pure, and timid.
信仰に迷いがあるのなら、それこそどうしてこんなことをしているんですか?
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, is there like money involved? Like, why are we doing this?
触れることで不安を取り除き、性行為で幸せを与えるというのは、信じます。
Well, yeah, it's hard not to believe after seeing what happened to your friend.
でも、あなたが信仰もなく、見返りもなく、こういうことをしている理由は何でしょう?
I can clearly see what she's getting at. There seems to be a huge amount of disconnects. Things aren't really connecting together here that make a whole lot of sense.
こんなことをしていると知られるデメリットの方が圧倒的に多いのではないですか?
Though fear and confusion are visible on her face, she takes a step forward. I guess this is as far as I got in testing my volumes, so truly blind from here in what we're going to see. A completely normal reaction. It's curious. For most girls, the shame and moral confliction is no more than a brittle pretense. Their desire to be comforted easily breaks through. By the time they've knocked on my door, they're already halfway across the line. Yet fear is still clear in this girl's eyes. She knows that she's teetering on the edge of no return. And yet she gets closer. A dangerous play. I never usually force those who come to me to tell me about themselves or their problems, but I've taken a bit of a personal interest in this girl. The girl mutters, anxious from my silence. So, you're asking why I do this. It's actually a question I get often. I force a smile. Normally I make an excuse here, but her mix of genuine fear and curiosity has me in the mood to answer. For starters, I may not be especially pious, but I am a good enough man to want to help people if I can. On the other hand, I'm terrified of the Academy finding out what I'm doing. I mean, there's already a rumor. You're already halfway there to, like, getting in some trouble. The trouble you want to avoid. This is the only place I have. But as for why I don't stop, I suppose it's down to a warped sense of debt and some personal trauma.
歪んだ常識とトラウマ?
I was abandoned here and the Academy took me in. I restate what she said earlier. From as early as I can remember, people have known that my touch made them feel good. I was always being hugged or petted. All the girls that go to the Academy are like my older sisters, and I'm like their younger brother. Everyone's very kind to me. I want to see them smiling. The reason I help people isn't for some special reason like you're making it out to be. It's because it's my life.
天使.
I hear that's what they say behind my back. It's laughable, really. I haven't been innocent in a long time now. It's hardly a fitting title for me these days. Anyway, as I started getting older, the girls started coming to me with problems they couldn't talk to their friends about. More to vent than for advice, though, I'll say. It's fair to say that the girls who took the steps of coming to see me were going through some tough times. My question is, who the fuck came to him and thought, you know, maybe if I fuck this guy, my problems will be solved? And that's how this guy found out, hey, wait a minute. Unless he was just actually, you know, piecing things together through deduction, that just because of some contact, things were working, and he decided to test it out with a little bit, you know, deeper contact. They'd place me on their laps, hug me close, forget about their worries, and enjoy a moment of bliss. I was raised as a priest and taught to lend my ear to those in need. I was perfectly fine with everything up until that point. Then one day, a girl showed up with problems too great for my touch to get rid of, so she forced herself on me. There we go. I guess something about me being so innocent and naive didn't sit right with her. It was a pleasant afternoon in winter, like it is now, when I had my first time in the empty chapel.
無理やり
Oh, lovely. Her expression changes. I shrug my shoulders. I honestly don't know if I'd say I was raped or not. I didn't know anything about sex back then. I'm gonna side with that, yes. It probably was that. I was raised without any other men around, in about the most sexually free environment possible. There was even a time where I thought the thing between my legs would drop off one day, and I'd end up like all the other girls. What do you guys think Tarzan thought about, you know? All the gorillas and shit. What do you think he was, you know, did he think that he was gonna become a gorilla himself? I don't know. So yeah, it was my fantastic commentary in this one, by the way. So yeah, it was my first time when I learned that having sex with someone could provide them with more bliss than just my touch. I guess it was a little bit of deduction, a little bit of my predictions there. And the girls learned it too. I don't know if one of the girls started spreading the rumors or they just built up over time, but as it happened again and again, some unspoken rules developed. Do not monopolize, do not question reasons or origins, use freely. Our angel who grants us with free bliss. Our angel. Our lamb. I thought that as long as I was making them happy, then it was okay. Excuse me there. I was raised that way, taught that everything was provided to me by God. But, I breathe a sigh, nothing good ever comes after a but, though I guess some people may find it amusing. One time a few years ago, I refused someone. Don't get me wrong though, I don't choose who comes to me. It's not always about cute girls like you two. This guy. I'd intended that to be a compliment, but it seems she isn't sure how to take it. If I can be frank, it's most common for girls who have issues with how they look, or even those that are mentally unstable, to visit me. They tend to be rougher in the way they treat me too. Not that it's their fault. No, it's their fault. It's 100% their fault. What the fuck? Those girls simply haven't known much kindness from others, so they don't know how to treat others with kindness in return. And the biggest problem is probably that my power interferes with their ability to hold on to their senses. If we were to swap the genders around, say I was the only girl at a guy's school, then this treatment would be a lot more natural. Some would say it'd probably be a whole lot more evil. Again, that was meant to be a joke, but the girl doesn't even smile. Oh well. As I grew up, I longed to be normal, so I rejected someone just once. And then... Oh. This is what we got in the intro. A few days later, she committed suicide. Yeah, no saving her now, huh? The girl says nothing. Though, this time it's because she's lost for words. Suicide. The biggest sin of a follower of Christ, such as the two of us, could commit. The one time I turned someone down, I scored last prize in the miracle lottery. That's why I can't stop. I look over again at the girl asleep on the bed. She might have found herself tipping over the edge if I'd refused her too. I know what happened was a 1 in a million chance, but it was still a chance I took. I only have one wish.
何ですか?
To be normal. To live a normal life with normal friends, a normal relationship, and the normal problems and suffering that comes with that. Where have we heard this one before, gamers? Oh boy. No, there's definitely a parallel with a Matsutsumi, kind of. Where the protagonist there, because he had the power of Kododama, and, you know, he wanted to leave this village of gods and, you know, that completely different life in search of a completely normal, modern socialization type of life.
人を救える力を失っても
I know what you mean by that. It's a cliched scenario. The hero loses his powers, and then there's an incident where he can't save someone. But it doesn't take any special power to help someone. People come together to help each other because we're so worthless on our own. Excuse me, it's an equally as cliched answer, I know, but it's a positive one. Some even say that religion itself was created to create communities with a joint sense of morals. I believe in the goodness of man.
すみませんでした
She says quietly.
したくない話をさせてしまいました
No need for you to apologize.
それでも ごめんなさい。
She casts her eyes downwards. Then a darkness... Oh, yeah, wait, what the fuck? Hold on a minute. Then a darkness comes over her pupils. Ah, those dark flames again.
改めて私を抱いていただけませんか？
You sure? It'd be a pretty big joke if I rejected you now, huh? I'd be down for it. See what happens. I smile but close my eyes out of consideration for her.
でも
Her voice is trembling.
私やっぱり
Oh, I don't know.
私処女でだからそれはやっぱり
Wouldn't that be like the common thing at an institution like this? Wait, no penetration? The fuck you gonna do?
私は
She's unable to get out the following words. But I've gotten the gist. You don't need to tell me your name. I'm sorry. I can give you happiness, but I can't give you love.
もちろん私もそうです。
She's still trembling, but her answer was clear. Her voice is refined and pleasant on the ears. Shutting my eyes has blocked my sight, heightening our other senses, or my other senses. The softness of the skin snuggling into me, her sweet feminine scent. The boarding houses at this academy attract a lot of daughters from families of high social standing. She might be just as well off as her appearance would indicate. I'll be as gentle as I can be, and reach out my arms and pull her into my embrace. It's just a fucking, have you never snuggled with a person before? What the fuck? The graceful girl lets out an apt squeak. My touch, and that alone, will have erased her fears and worries, I imagine. That's probably all that is. The sounds coming from her are changing. Her negative emotions have been erased, replaced by intensifying flames of lust. Naturally, the excitement and desire makes its way to the surface. She's a virgin, so this might be her first time doing anything. Are you fine with me kissing you? I whisper into her ear.
Kiss.
That is a form of contact, it is. Her original nature pokes through the cracks and she hesitates. Her reply hadn't been vocal, but rather the way that she'd squeezed me tighter. In the way. The fuck did I say? I finally reopen my eyes, steal away her lips, and push her down onto the bed.
あなたは
Well, Jesus
本
Christ.
当に天使なの？
And I don't mean that because of what we're playing, but I kind of forgot how long those scenes can be with Purple Software. It's like they're creating a whole ass like a whole movie kind of. And also the quality in Purple Software. It's been a while. And I think Kunado Chronicles, as I said in the intro, just really didn't do it for me. I guess that was kind of like pushed to the back of my mind and all the bad was pushed to the front. But yeah, so that took time. The girl mutters through boundless eyes. Her voice maintains an amount of composure despite the bliss imposed on her. All I can do is smile back. Everyone believes my power to be one that grants them bliss. It's a nice ceiling. Actually, I like that. What the fuck? That's a nice-ass, light fixture. But they're wrong. I'm no angel. These powers of mine don't grant bliss. They take away negative emotions, fear, anxiety entirely, excuse me. This just allows the remaining bliss to feel all the more powerful. Do I give or do I take? The result may be the same, but the answer completely changes the nature of my powers. But in that case, where do those negative emotions go? They have no effect on me. Am I even human? Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you guys either. Honestly. We've got an interesting case of a character on our hands this time around, which makes it, a little bit more interesting, the mystery and all that. An hour later, after the girls have left, I've decided to head out for a walk in the night to cool my body and mind. I would have gone to sleep if not for my aversion to sleeping in a bed where their scents still remain. It do be like that. God damn, this is a fucking place. This is a location among locations. I take the lantern hanging by the entrance and step outside. Damn. Okay. No, that is that's quite the building. I'd imagine it would be dark enough to need a light, but the moon above is so brilliant, it almost seems like daytime. It's numbingly cold. My breath expels as a white cloud. Oh, okay. A heavy breeze snatches the cloud away, carrying it toward a cluster of trees being played like out of tune instruments by the wind. It's November, which means it's midwinter here at the Academy, located in the mountainous northern part of the Kanto region. Kanto? Oh no. Snow has already begun to fall, piling up in the shadows where it won't have melted by spring, or even spring. God damn. I like winter. I like being able to read my words. The cold white snow makes it feel like the world itself is being purified. It might even be able to purify me. I sniff, and then continue on my walk. Nah, that's not happening anymore, brother. You're too far deep. The devil's already got his grasp on you. I travel south from my residence at the northern end of the grounds for around 10 minutes. The school building itself is now in view. This is the center of the academy. The reason for its sophisticated design is that this was a foreign settlement until 100 years ago. All the buildings that existed back then have been converted into dorms without much change. The same goes for my residence, only that was a place of worship, hence why it's even more striking. For as lively as the school grounds get, with girls during the day, the night instills naught but silence. No, I'm sure there's stupid ass what is it? Not deadlines, what's the fucking word? Curfews, there we go. In summer, you may find a few girls daring themselves to break the rules, but not now. There's probably also crazy deadlines for a bunch of other shit, but curfew is what I was thinking about. Especially when it comes to dorms, and if it's all, one sex, it's probably going to be a lot more strict than your, average location. Your average institution, if you will. I continue further south towards the entrance. It's located right at the southernmost part of the grounds. There's no grand gateway, nothing save for a path that continues flowing into the forest. Being a boarding school, it sees little to no daily traffic, and is barely kept maintained. Some loud-ass fucking walking, by the way. At least in spring, the cherry blossoms adorn the path to welcome new students and see off graduates. Any other time of the year, though, it may as well be wilderness. A normal student would think nothing of this place, but not me. This is a boundary, a border. I can't leave this academy. That's no metaphor, it's fact. Not that there's any physical walls here to keep me in place, but one step across this line, and something inside me begins to stir. I can hear my own heart collapsing. That something is the source of my powers. The previous priest taught me that the light of powers bestowed by God pulled demons towards them, like moths to a flame. So I have been abandoned at a place under the watch of our Father, can never leave. This is why I was raised as a priest, and why I live in a chapel, to protect myself. This is the truth about me that I didn't tell the girl. The outside world, huh? Taking nightly walks to check on the barrier has become something of a habit. I hope that as I grew in mind or body or some other way, that something might change, but nothing. Unfortunately for me, there's been no change in the slightest. This is probably why he wants to become more normal. He's heavily restricted, and here we are with that. This is, obviously you'd want to live a normal life if you're completely trapped in one property, never to leave for the entirety of your life. No, I'd want a better life than that, a better normal life, even if it means foregoing some crazy-ass power. Yet I don't feel rushed. I was born with some miraculous power, abandoned at this academy, and prevented from ever leaving. If I'm to believe there's meaning in that, then surely whatever's to come next in my life must also happen here. A surprisingly positive outlook, if I do say so myself. A mind not to be changed by place or time. The mind is its own place, and itself can make a heaven of hell a hell of heaven. There's no scripture, but a quote from Paradise Lost by John Milton. Nothing about my situation improves by blaming myself or others and turning this world into hell. But if I will it, I can make it into heaven. Feeling uplifted, I head over to check the cherry blossoms that mark the border. So it's not necessarily like a physical, yep, I can feel that there's something here, some sort of wall, where if I cross this line, I'm fucked. No, it's like he actually has mapped it out. Yep. Today is going to be a day like any other. Or it should have been. Huh? What's going to happen here? This looks nice. The cherry blossoms are blooming. An incredibly beautiful sight. As long as I don't remember it's the middle of winter, this is an oddity, if a relatively tranquil one. The petal blossoms spiral to the ground like snow in silence. A cherry blossom blooming in winter. Snow that isn't cold. Cherry blossoms blooming out of season, though unlikely, is still within the realm of possibility. I wouldn't know. However, the petals are glowing as they dance downward. I slowly walk toward the tree and hold out my palm for a petal to fall on. It feels much the same as any other petal would, but the light from it fades while I look on it. Maybe there's some kind of glowing chemical in the veins of the petals? What the fuck? I'm suddenly overcome with goosebumps for no reason at all. My guts feel like they're ablaze. Dark giddiness comes over my mind. The fuck is happening? What'd he do? I stumble backwards, my eyes darting between the trees. Before long, I find the tree I'm looking for. My boundary line. Right in its usual place. I'm overcome with these sensations whenever I move past this tree. It makes it hard to even stay sane. But that's fine. It's nothing new. Anyway, what's up with these trees? I try knocking against the nearest trunk. Naturally, I don't get a reply. It's a beautiful scene, though one that's incomprehensible. Could this have something to do with me? Just then, that's our phone. Shrill beeps cut my line of thought. A phone call this time. What next? The fuck? What? It's nighttime. It's the middle of the night. I'm sure we're really deep into the night. I sigh. It's pathetic I was startled by a phone call. I just can't get used to having one. For starters, I can count the number of people I can contact with it on one hand. Secondly, most messages I receive are anonymous requests to be comforted. I don't get the luxury of privacy. My personal number is handed around as the rumored contact info for the angel. Currently, the display states, caller unknown. I have a good idea of where this is headed. I sigh at the thought of this being the third girl of the night and press the answer button. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, no. That's scary. A shudder runs up my spine. It's the voice of the girl who died. A voice that plays on loop in my guilt-ridden mind. One I can never forget. But this voice is real, streaming through the phone, vibrating my eardrums and being converted by my brain. Hello? I get no reply, but I can sense someone breathing on the other end of the line. In my hallucinations, this voice condemns me. Here, it's done much the same. But if this isn't just another hallucination, maybe it will tell me more. Just as if the girl resents me after her death. What a way to continue on living. You get haunted. That's a great way of going about it. Not only are you trapped here, but you're being haunted by the girl that you couldn't save. Hey, yo. What the fuck? That's so loud. What was the point of going through just a little bit and checking my volumes and setting everything up and everything, you know? I was trying to get ahead of the game. In the past, with like all my visual novel playthroughs, I would basically adjust volumes on the fly until I was satisfied. Come again? The words are so out of the blue, I lose track of my thoughts. God damn, it's loud. It is so loud. I kind of doubt that. I'll have to make an audio adjustment. This is, like, seriously way louder than, like, the other voices. Even on the lines that, with the dialogue of the scenes that I've cut out of this video, those were louder as well. So maybe we just haven't met enough characters to really get an idea of how much I should be adjusting the voice volume. And that girl was just talking really quietly. I have no idea. Anyways, what, the devil? The devil on the line, huh?
ことを信じてもらうためにデモンストレーションとしてあなたのトラウマになっている少女の声を使っています。あなたが常に苛まれている言葉も引用させてもらいました。悪魔はね、人間が物理的に知り得ないことでも知っているものなのです。
I don't know how I feel about this.
だから
Like
僕が
whatsoever.
本当に悪魔なのか狂人なのかいたずらではないかとか
How could we not ask
そういう
those
つまらない
questions?
質問はしないでください。
It would make sense for us to ask those types of questions.
そんな質問に僕がどんな返事をしたところで話には何の進展もありません。まあこの声の女のことはどうでもいい、本当にどうでもいい。
You sure do a lot of talking.
自殺なんてしやがってバカ野郎。
Shut up. I grunt. I'm not hallucinating. I can't be. Whoever the lunatic on the phone is, they're speaking smoothly, quickly.
お、立ち直りましたか。僕の予想より何十秒かは早かったですね。
Yeah, just, you know, a lot's been going on. Who are you?
悪魔だって言ったでしょ。だからその質問をやめてくれと先に言ったじゃないですか。地獄から現世の連絡って電話料金が大変なんですからね。
AT&T could never. It costs?
冗談ですよ。でもそこに連絡するのに力を使っているのは事実です。そもそも奇跡の力を持っていて神を信じていて
No, especially with
そこを出たら悪魔に
our
食われるとか考えているのでしょ。
our wacky ass godlike abilities.
そんな人間が今さら悪魔そのものを否定してどうするんですか。
I will give you that. It's hard to deny, given that statement.
もっと悪魔である証拠が必要ならあなたのパソコンのエロ動画の入っているフォルダの話でもしましょうか。
First, a devil calling us on our phone. Next, malware, or spyware, I guess in this case. We're being spied on from all angles. This is crazy.
と
Now we really are. Look at all this shit.
この人何も保存してない。
She has our phone number. She knows who we are. She knows about our sacred folder. She knows what we just did.
いくら性欲処理の相手がいてもオナニーはセックスとは違う。一人であることを大事にできる癒しの行為なのですよ。
Could not be me.
じゃあ今夜の夕飯のメニューでもおい夕飯を食べてもいないのか。きちんと3食栄養バランスを考えて食事をしないと大きくなれませんよ。
It's literally not me, actually. I don't eat 3 meals a day whatsoever. I don't even eat like anything balanced properly, which is probably not good, especially since I go running. What in the world is going on here? Look, just tell me who you are, alright? I've had enough of whatever illogical junk this person is spewing.
これは失礼。また話が脱線してしまいました。
Yeah, a little bit. This devil laughs before changing their tone.
いやいや、本当に失礼しました。あなたと接触できて舞い上がってしまったもので、何を突然と思われてるでしょうが、こちらはあなたが生まれてからずっとあなたとコンタクトを取ろうと努力していたのですよ。
You wanted to contact me?
あなたがその学園の敷地を出てくれませんでしたからね。
Are we technically away from the academy? I'm assuming that, you know, based on what we've been told, our information so far, totally grounds. So, yeah, I mean, if we're getting a call from a devil or any sort of demon-like thing, it would have to be away from these grounds. I look down at my feet, right at the boundary. So if you weren't able to get in contact before, why now?
我々にも予定外のことですが、今夜そこに道が通ったのです。
What path?
何か間に連なるものが結界に小さな穴を開けたのです。こうやって声しか送れないような小さなものですが、悪魔にとっては偉大な一歩です。
That would be the cherry blossoms, I take it. Something's messed with the trees, which in turn has opened a hole in the barrier and allowed the devil to make contact with me. It all seems to be linked, though I understand none of it. Fine, say I buy your story, what do you want? I ready myself for the answer. The Bible states that devils and demons exist to tempt humans, but the one I'm supposedly talking to doesn't match up with those depictions at all. I still can't afford to be careless. I mean, however way they approach us, we gotta be vigilant, right? All this foolish behavior could just be an act to make me drop my guard. This could actually just be another fucking student, honestly. And they just have a lot of dirt on us for some ungodly reason. Again, no pun intended. Yeah, they just are trying to fuck with us. I can't let my heart waver. No matter what temptations or offers they have for me. Damn, I can't say my usual stuff, like on God or what I just said, or anything. Like, just because, like, there's too many religion, like, type connections here. Oh well, I'll get over it.
そう警戒しないでくださいよ。そりゃ悪魔ですから自業自得なんですけどね。
The devil chuckles sheepishly.
古今東西、面白おかしく悪意と破滅を振りまく僕らですが、少なくともあなたの敵ではありません。むしろ僕は味方であり、下僕です。
Uh-huh.
この電話の目的は、これからお仕えするあなたにご挨拶をしたかったのです。
Huh. You're serving me. My expectations have been so thoroughly reversed I can only repeat what was just said.
今から事情。
The devil lets out a yelp.
もう時間が来てしまいましたね。
AT&T finally caught on. Huh?
最初に言ったではありませんか。そう長くは話していられないと。
I resist the urge to scream at them for taking up so much time with their utter nonsense. If there's a lack of time, then get to the point. There are so many things I have to ask. I spare 2 seconds of thought and come across the question I have the most conviction in asking. I want to know what you're hiding, your biggest secret.
今日の僕の下着は黒でございます。
That's not your biggest secret. Okay, well, that's nice. I like this. That's a nice little effect. I yell at full volume.
下品な言葉は大好物です。もっとボキャブラリー豊富に罵ってください。
That's how you win my heart. In any game, visual novel, or whatever, just fuck with the UI. So you're a masochist as well as stupid.
ド M というのは人生を最上級に楽しめる資質ですな。
Could also not be me, I think. For the love of... I hold my head in my hands. There's no winning against an idiot that loves being made fun of.
それでは今日のところはこれにてお開きにいたしましょう。
Yeah, we do need to wrap up this episode.
もちろんすぐにまたお話しすることになります。僕はあなたの従者であり、執事であり、下僕です。では、あなたの魂に安らぎが。
Wait a minute. The fuck was she gonna say? Okay. Well, the call cuts off halfway through their last sentence. God damn. Yeah, I don't know why that was so loud. I'm really gonna have to fuck with the audio settings as we go through this. So 5 episodes later, we'll finally have something right. They ended by mimicking me. I guess that's what that was. I may understand nothing of what's going on, but I'm certain that this is the beginning of something. At least this marks the end of a wholly unusual day. If that's what you want to call it, yeah, but... yes, the ellipses, I remember that. They had that in Kunado Chronicles as well, I'm pretty sure. That was wishful thinking, apparently. Well, we got more shit going on? What else is happening? It's still nighttime. It's still the same night, right? Huh? The moment I get back to my residence, I sense that something is wrong. What is it? It feels like there's someone else here. Maybe talking with that fool, the so-called demon, has me on edge. Actually, it was Devil. Devil on the line, if you will. I was pretty sure I'd calmed down fully. I have a friend with a weird way with words who's described me as a refrigerator prone to occasional overheating. Or that I have a steel heart as strong as tofu. Oh, there's a smell. It's faint, but it's almost like flowers in the summer. It's not something that's come from either of the 2 girls here earlier. Someone come to rob an empty house? This is empty? None of my personal belongings are worth much, but the furnishings in this residence are quite valuable. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, maybe nothing of, like, value to you, but definitely value to somebody who wants fucking money. Though given who I am, it's always possible there's a girl with a knife lying in wait somewhere. And this really isn't funny. I decided to take a look around the house for peace of mind. I do that sometimes. Trust me, I hear a lot of weird shit. Okay, so we'll have to keep, I guess, myself and you guys in suspense. I'm out of time for this one. This actually was an hour 5 minutes, but, like, I fucked up the start. Had 2 scenes I had to remove. So yeah, I actually have no idea how long this session is going to be, or the episode in full. But we'll wrap it up here in the nice silence of this chapel, and I guess in the next one we'll see who is here, who is hiding in the shadows. But no, this was a nice little introduction to, I guess, Tori. I have no idea what to expect, and initial thoughts are kind of all over the place. This is weird. It's not what I expected, but not in a bad way either. I'm not sure where this can go, and well, things are definitely picking up in some sort of direction. But yeah, we'll call it here, and we'll see what ends up happening in the next one. Maybe we'll get our sort of direction as to where things will be going here. And thank you all for tuning in to the first episode of my Tori playthrough. Hopefully you guys have an idea of what to expect and what you really shouldn't expect because of how much I'm cutting out in terms of stuff I can't show. And once we get to endings, you'll really see how much I'll be cutting out. But yeah, thank you for tuning in nonetheless, and I hope you guys will stick around for this one. But also, please, please, please play this yourself, because I swear there's like half an hour of content that's already gone or something. I don't know. Eventually, I started really speeding through, but I had to kind of see what was being said. This is way too early on. There's definitely some core details that we need to latch on to. But yes, if this interested you at all, definitely pick it up. And yeah, hopefully you guys will stick around to see what happens next. I know that I am very curious to see what happens next as we really get going here. Thank you all for tuning in yet again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.